What an awful half of basketball. Really, both teams. That was bad basketball. There's no other way to say it. 53 to 41 at the half. The Golden State Warriors have the lead. It is good to be with Ryan right here at Soul Street, Midtown, on the corner of 16th and L. That was awful. I mean, that was nothing like games 1 and 2. Both teams really struggling, not able to shoot, turnovers. Just that's a bad half, Ryan.
Yeah, Grant, you called it about the Kings' chances to win this game. Assists to turnovers. Kings are underwater right now with more turnovers than assists. Reminds you of the first quarter of game one, really, and it just carried into the second quarter.
Kings shoot 32%. The Warriors at 34%. I mean, the three-point shooting was abysmal for Sacramento, 5 of 24. Kings were only 4 of 8 from the foul line. The Warriors were 10 of 15. I mean, rebounds were even, but again, assists to turnovers. 8 assists, as you said, 10 turnovers. The Warriors with 15 turnovers and 6 assists. I actually think the Kings are lucky to be down only 53-41 with how badly they played in that first half.
Oh, they're incredibly lucky, Grant. I mean, the Kings can make this up in no time. I mean, you've got Keegan Murray, no points again in the first half, third game in a row. But with the poor three-point shooting, like you stated, Grant, poor field goal percentage all around. I mean, really, and then just the way they've played, out-rebounded, not very many assists. This game is in the Kings' court. There is no doubt that they can pull this in because I'm not sure this isn't the Warriors' best shot.
Yep, I'm with you. You know, you talk about Murray. He's been invisible. He only played 7 minutes in that half, and obviously Mike Brown's just going with a lineup that works better than that. Really, not a lot from, the Kings bench. Malik Monk only had 2 points. Listen, that goes without saying. You're not going to win on the road scoring only 41 points and a half. So we'll see what happens. But, as you said, this game's far from over. The Kings have shown the ability to come back, and this team is more than capable of scoring 60 to 70 points in the second half.
Oh, yeah, Grant. I mean, they've had 40-point quarters in this series before. I highly think they will get it going as long as your key to the game happens. The assists go up and the turnovers stay the same.
Yeah, it has to. It's just terrible. 53 to 41. Glad that you were here on the halftime. Ryan and I will be with you post-game as well. We are brought to you by New Works Plumbing of Sacramento. Locally owned for over 20 years, New Works has a fix for you. For your plumbing needs and repairs, just go to SacServicePlumbing.com or call the number on your screen. I mean, is it as simple as just making shots in the second half, or is there more to it?
You know what? They've got to get better looks, Grant. There's a little bit of that, but it is shot making at this point. I mean, you talk about the defense, 53 points. I mean, that's not too bad a defense from Sacramento, but they've got to be more physical too. That's what's missing in this game as well. They are not being more physical than Golden State. It's actually the opposite.
Steph Curry led all scorers with 18 points. He was 5 of 12. He was 3 of 6 from downtown. He made all 5 of his free throws. So Wiggins was in double figures with 11. He was 4 of 8. And for the bench, they're without GP2 tonight. They didn't get much from their bench. Moody was 6 and DiVincenzo with 3. So, we'll see. I mean, the Kings aren't going to win this game, obviously, Ryan, if they don't score at least 100 points. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
All right. So they're going to need, let's call it. They're going to need a minimum of a 60-point second half to win this game.
Yeah, and Grant, they're set up to do so. I mean, they really are. 3 balls not going. Look, free throws, they've not gotten to the line much, so they need to get to the free throw line a little bit more. And if the Kings play more like the Kings have in game 1 and 2 offensively, I think they're going to get there, Grant.
Yeah, I also, though, think the Warriors are going to play better. I can't imagine the Warriors playing that poorly. I didn't think they played well at all. And but, hey, there's a long way to go. The Kings have been trailing at the half in many games, and they come out in the third quarter sometimes and just blow their opponent away.
Well, yeah, but, Grant, I would counter if that was the best we've seen from the Warriors and it was poor at best. They're in trouble. So I think if the Kings can turn this around, it should. Grant, what do we always say all season? The third quarter is going to be key. They have to have a huge start to the third quarter.
All right, 53 to 41 is the score. I want to tell you about Fosters and Paws. They have 24 puppies that are available to be adopted. Go to fostersandpaws.org if you're interested in their group of animal advocates. They work primarily with dogs in shelters. And again, fostersandpaws.org. 24 puppies available now for adoption. Again, go to fostersandpaws.org. All right, we are taking you through this halftime. Ryan and I will be with you on the post-game show. And will it be 3-0 or will it be 2-1?
It's going to be 3-0. I think that the Kings will turn this around. Again, Grant, they held the Warriors to 53 playing that poor. So I think the Kings, if they get the offensive end kicked up, look out.
Yeah, 20 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second quarter. Not going to cut it. Again, 53 to 41. So glad that you're with us. If you're with us for the first time, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. So we'll see. The nice thing is if you lose, if you're Sacramento, you're still up 2-1. You got to come in, you got to figure you got to win one game of these two on the road. And this game is still there for the taking.
It is there for the taking, Grant. And you can't ask for more than that, right? We're spoiled because the Kings are up 2-0, but you're in a playoff game up 2-0. That is up for the taking. So, the Kings are far from out of this. Third quarter start is going to be key.
Well, I'll tell you, I keep on watching the Warriors throw the ball around the gym with unforced turnovers. It's amazing a team like this with these type of players can be so careless with the basketball. And I'm not talking about turnovers. I'm talking about unforced turnovers.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of been the story of the series for them. And the Kings got to capitalize like they have in Game 1 and Game 2 off of those turnovers, whether they're forced or not.
Saying goodbye to people as we've had a really good crowd here
Great
tonight
turnout
at Soul Street. Excellent turnout. Again, the Kings are trailing. What did you think of Sabonis in that first half? He had 14 rebounds.
Yeah, it shows you the difference without Draymond, but he's got to get the scoring up. He's got to find a way to be more effective like he has been the rest of the season.
Sea-Dog saying that the Warriors fans are booing Sabonis every time he touches the ball. That's just part of being fans.
Yeah. Not a surprise whatsoever.
Yeah, not a surprise. 53 to 41. So glad that you're with us here at the half. We'll be with you again after the game for the post-game show. And, the other games going on, the Sixers beat Brooklyn 102-97. And Phoenix and the Clippers are going back and forth in the first half, 35-34 right now in favor of Phoenix. I'm with you. Sabonis has got to get going. Herter's 1 of 3 from downtown, but maybe Harrison Barnes. I thought he might be the guy. He's only scored 2 points. He hasn't made a basket. They're all on the line. They're going to need his scoring in the second half, too.
Yes, they are going to need his scoring. They're going to need his leadership, too, to a degree. And Fox has not played terrible on the offensive end, but don't forget, this is his time coming up. So we have not seen that Patton Kings run, and I think you're going to see it now. They've just been a little scattered tonight.
Yeah, they're going to need a run. There's no question about that. Again, I still think Steph Curry is going to have he's going to be a big factor in this second half. So the Kings are going to have to outscore him. There's no doubt about that.
Of course, Grant. And, Steph is going to be Steph. But if you can control Steph a little bit and get your offensive going, then you're looking good. You're looking good at that point. But they need to be more physical with him. Get physical on Steph.
Yep. That means Davion Mitchell. He's the guy that can do it.
So there he is.
Yep. Davion Mitchell's got to be the guy on defense on Steph Curry. Again, 53 to 41. The Warriors have the lead. The Warriors scored 29 in the first quarter and 24 in quarter number 2. The Kings with 20 in the first, 21 in the second. It's not very often that we're talking about the Kings only scoring 41 points at a half.
Grant, I can't remember them doing that all season. 21 and 20. Not off the top of my head. How about you?
No, I cannot. I want to thank Bennett's for hosting us on Saturday for Watch Party number 1. They are coming to Rockland soon. And again, we're talking about Prime Seafood and Steaks. They have over 50 different types of wine available by the glass. Don't forget about the weekend brunch, the prime rib on the weekend, outstanding. Again, I was there the last 2 days for lunch. 2 days ago with my son and girlfriend. He and I and his girlfriend, we shared a New York steak. It was awesome. Yesterday, I did the redfish. I love the food there. Bennett's is great. Big-time King supporters. Check them out. Roseville and in Sacramento and soon coming to Rockland. That is Bennett's for a fabulous meal. with good ambiance.
Yes, sir. Hey, I see some of you being critical of Davion in the chat. He's your leading scorer off the bench, and he's your leading defender as well. So lighten up, guys. He's doing a decent job. It's a superstar he is guarding. You are forgetting that.
Well, I'll tell you, if it weren't for Davion in game 2, I don't believe that the Kings would be up 2-0. I think it would be 1-1. Right?
Absolutely, Grant. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I don't understand that. People are getting on Davion Mitchell. Are you kidding me? I mean, for what? For what?
It's sometimes the Kings fans dance, Grant, where, it's trade him, get him out of here, and then turns around.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I want to tell you about Gold Country Veterinary Hospital. They are in Auburn, serving the foothills and the greater Sacramento area. They do so many things. They have urgent care. So if your pet is in need, they are there with urgent care. They got the highest levels of pain management, the most up-to-date equipment. They do dentistry, they do surgeries. We talked about the emergencies. They pretty much do it all. That's Gold Country Veterinary Hospital in Auburn, serving the foothills and the greater Sacramento area. All right, 53-41. Ryan and I are going to be back at intermission to break it all down for you. I mean, Fox has been the man in the second half, Mr. Clutch, right? He has 12 points. He's probably going to have to end up with around 30 to 35 if they're going to win this game, don't you think? Oh, sorry. Hang on. It would help if I turn your mic on. There you go.
Yeah, no worries. Fox has got to be one of the guys that gets going even more. You're going to need that, and you're going to need a couple other guys as well. But it does start with Fox and Sabonis.
All right. First 5 minutes of the third quarter, I think, are going to be very big. I'm with you. I think the Kings do need to attack the rim. I really do. I mean, making threes, if the threes aren't there, and right now it does not appear the threes are there, then attack the rim, get to the foul line, and make your shots. They were only 50% in that first half. That's got to get better in the second half.
Well, Grant, they've done really good all series attacking the rim. Now you take Draymond Green out and we get three happy. No, It doesn't make a lot of sense. Get to the rim, get to the free throw line. So great point, whoever said that.
Well, absolutely. All right, so 53-41 at the half. Again, we will be with you coming up after the game. It will be a Kings victory party, or we'll be talking about the Warriors being right back in this series. Give us some final score predictions, all right, right now before we go. What do you think the final score is going to be tonight? We'd love to hear from that. Also, coming up on the postgame, I've got some great photographs from Kings fans around the world. All right, so we'll do that on the postgame show as well. What's your final again?
I was 129-117 Kings. They got a ways to go to get there.
Wow. That would be some half if they get to 129, huh?
That would be a big half. That would be a very big half.
Oh, my gosh. That would be incredible. They're very capable of doing that, by the way.
They are.
We've seen it. Yeah.
They are. They are.
All right,
or we just need a couple overtimes.
Jay's got the Kings winning 112-106. That would be good. We'd take that 112-106. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so they're getting ready to get going in the second half. Ryan and I will be back right after the game. All right, so be sure and join us. If you are joining us for the first time, we appreciate the thumbs up. And we'll see you right after the game here on If You Don't